Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you coming by. My name's David Lozeau. For you new people might be here, I'm a Southern California-based artist, and we're going to do a little painting tonight on Brush Hour. I started this painting this weekend at the Day of the Dead celebration in Oceanside, so I wanted to jump back in because once I'm starting something, I just do it. I want to get after it. We're going to be painting here today, so we're doing all the detailed line work right now. So hang out. Ask questions. Feel free to ask any art-related stuff or non-art-related stuff. I don't care. Let's get after it. But again, thanks for hanging out, and we're gonna toss some paint around today. Yeah, enjoy our new Halloween soundtrack. Also,
they gave us another.
They added one more option of the zero options.
It's like chill hop, but Halloween. Melissa Comstock says hello and nice hooter. Thank you. I appreciate that. Pay attention to the.
Heyo! Already.
This isn't about me. Okay.
Really excited with how this is all coming together. This is the first time I painted a full-size owl like that. It's really exciting. It's just kind of all coming together. So better when we get the face done, because this is the stressiest part. Cut all these up. Line will make sense. These are just guidelines for me to find my way as I carve out some of the detail. Push some of these back, pull some of them forward.
Blacking Art on Instagram says hi, just got the notification.
Great, thanks for hanging out. Welcome back.
Melissa's asking, what inspired you to make the body a skull?
Great question. So I kind of had, the spirit animal mentality in my head. Kind of, one of the legend owl, not necessarily the anatomical exact owl we all know. Is more, I want to play with the legends, the mythology, the things they do, that side of owls. So I wanted to kind of, work on that. And for me, that just was an obvious body shape fit. Like it just made sense to me.
So more of a headdress,
yeah,
rather than the owl.
Yeah, exactly.
Matthew Keller says, when you ask the genie to bury your head in a giant hooter, who buries? Hey-o.
This is a Hooterville joke fest already here.
Janice says, hey there.
Hey Janice, welcome to Hooterville.
Where all Hooter jokes are.
All Hooter jokes.
Blacking Bart saying this owl model looks like something a knight would have on their chest or a shield. It was glorious.
Thank you, and that's kind of I like that feel. I want it to be kind of it's an anatomical owl obviously, but be different, be noble, be kind of interesting, like the mythology side of owls. Like I wanted to tell that kind of story, and there is a companion piece that we may see at some point that goes with this. Yes.
I don't know what that means or why.
Yes, and that's exactly, I like that. It just has that kind of, again, if you're my age, mythology owls to me always feels like Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, this I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It has.
Or Labyrinth.
Yes, that's how we know owls apparently.
Well, laugh. Well, we might have to watch Labyrinth today.
That's how it happens.
Genesis love the eye. That is a pretty little eye.
That is a pretty little eye. That was a little nerve-wracking as always when you're carving that first eye out to make sure it has like the feel I want. So it's I was really excited. And maybe it was too good because once I did that, I wasn't worried about painting anymore at the event. I'm like, oh, that looks good. I could stop there.
It was a busy event.
Oh yeah, it's a homecoming type event, but definitely I wasn't. When something's wrong sometimes, or I don't like something, I'll kind of rush to fix it. And once that looked good, I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of. I don't want to say fuck off, but I could just off.
You're like, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm just gonna hang out and knock people. Mikey Garrett says it gave me a vibe because you made the feathers look like armor. But
no, totally, and
they're
that's
21, by the way, so they don't know the labyrinth. They don't know the original Clash of the Titans movie. Listen, we old timers sat through some terrible movies where these like, because they didn't have any CGI, and so the owls
some bad effects. Yeah,
the effects were so bad, and that's like the best we could ever hope for. What they were showing us, but it was just so bad. The owls were so cheesy.
but when the substitute teacher would wheel in that TV and we're gonna watch Clash of the Titans, all right.
Blackie Bar was saying, so you came up with this from your head. Damn, I gotta be more creative than myself.
Yeah, this is basically right out of my head and kind of do some research to see things that are like it. You know, again, and you're right on it with the shield kind of. I wanted that feel, like I wanted to have that kind of, mythological, like you'd see it painted in it.
Protector.
Yeah, you'd see it painted in illuminated manuscript like this. You know what I mean? This is kind of what I imagine it being shown, and a sorcerer's book.
Oh, sure. One of those.
One of those things.
Matthew Keller says, true fact, owls fly silent. Even their flapping is near undetectable.
Oh.
This is factual.
You're talking to bird nerd, dude.
Factual.
I know that.
I remember my weirdest owl encounter was on the we have a little a side yard to our house where the dogs have like a potty area, and it's backed up to a wild fence. Like on the other side is pretty wild. Like we get coyotes and bobcats and things like that. Skunks and whatnot. We always gotta be careful and very dark beyond the fence. So you just the dogs do their business, but right beyond that fence you don't know it's there. So I'm always looking out there because we have two small dogs now. Big dogs never thought about it twice, but these guys, especially when they were smaller, so I'm looking out beyond the fence, making sure just nothing's out there, kind of taunting them or whatever. Owl swooped down, did not hear a thing. What kind was it?
It was it wasn't a great horn. I think it was a screech.
A screech owl. Swooped down, hovered above. I think it was going to go for our French. Was maybe 20 feet, sort of hovered for a second. I gasped. I react. I didn't know what to think. I'm a little shocked. I'm looking for a coyote. Nowhere, and was silent. It was huge, and it's just like right there. And it like heard me or decided Bunny was too fat or whatever, and flew off. I was just like, where did that come from? How did it just appear? Talk about mythological. Silent. Stunning too. But they are really interesting.
Bunny, you're not too bad. I think we're eating you.
I guess I was scared. It was. I don't know that it knew what I was, but the way that it was coming down, like I could just see it out of my periphery, and it was. It was 10 feet above the ground, like coming down to me. And it just like pulled up and gone.
It's like, damn lady, why are you choosing a deal here?
Melissa says it sounds like I'm is the guy.
Shut up, Melissa.
Well, you know how Dave is. He probably has his mic like secured to himself.
I don't know, Melissa. All right, it's streaming.
I will project the force. Be candy.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you want to hear projection candy?
I'm kind of making gross candy. Especially in the shot screen. We can start taking shots.
Well, slide over more. Tattletale.
Alexander on Facebook.
Hey, thanks, Alexander. Appreciate you coming by. We're coming together. Again, this is I'm really excited. We'll be painting this. If you guys are local, obviously Germany's not local, but you'll be able to see. I'll share pictures, obviously. But I'll be painting this on Saturday from 12 to 5 in Old Town, San Diego. So you guys want to come down and you're around, they're going to do a little celebration down there on 2 nights. So I'm going down on the Saturday. So we'll catch you guys down there.
We have to do is we would have took me off in the owl's mouth, the two meta.
We've already had that, yeah.
A 1.
Yeah, I was drawing, going a 1, a 2.
Oh, she's recruiting.
There we go. Finally doing something worthwhile.
Well, she's doing sound checks on me, so that's helpful.
But that's not helpful. I don't help that. I can't fix it, so I was like.
But enough, and nobody wants to hear me eating candy, so if the mic's far away, better. But now I have to probe.
Nothing works. It's gotta understand it's technology sucks. Different every time.
So Black Ink Art saying when I painted my new and first color chainsaw man drawing, I was unsure of wasting the tools, but I remember something I saw on Reel. First make it exist, you can perfect it.
Exactly.
I mean, I think the biggest problem you think with people is they might have like a bit of a creative block, but also they're blocking themselves because they think like the idea has to be good or it has to be good enough to post or
exactly. Or worried about that's why I love sketchbooks, because you can just get after it. You don't have to be perfect. Because again, I'm the same way. If I don't have you could be immobilized by that getting started. So it's one of those things. Just get in there and you can figure it out. You don't like it, you know what? You can paint another one. You can do another one. If it didn't come out the way you wanted, just another one. There's no rules. All open.
Personal, being kind of out in the world. You can use reference material. You could emulate someone else's.
Exactly.
It means that you're trying to learn and push yourself into being inspired. Like you just need a topic.
100%.
And that's okay. That it's maybe not your brain topic. Obviously, it gets sketchy and weird when you get out into the world and you're portraying someone else's piece as yours. Yes, obviously.
But I used to do that. I used to go through in Juxtapoz magazine. I used to pick pieces and I was learning to paint. I'd find pieces I liked and I would just paint them. Never show anybody. They're just for me to learn how to paint. And there's someone's done the hard work for you. You just jump in and start making art.
Sometimes you just need a little push in that. Okay.
Totally agree.
The biggest barrier.
Yep, that's the most intimidating piece right there. The blank page. What do I do? Start making art. Copy someone else. Yeah, they start making art. What is the name? Elvin. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Melissa's saying, is this sold and also the frame?
So there is no frame yet, Melissa. Stop skipping ahead. You're ruining everything.
And why is this a little bigger?
Yeah, this is a little bigger. I haven't. So these custom ones here, the frame isn't built. I designed a frame to match them. So there isn't a frame for this yet. It is available. I have not built the frame yet. So what I'll do once this is done is I'll pick elements out of the painting to incorporate into
The custom one.
Yeah. This is 18 by 24. The finished frame will be probably in the 24, 36-ish range when it's all finished.
So to get to this size, you like to custom build it from smaller pieces.
Yeah, because you can't really find vintage frames in this kind of size that aren't like, just gold gilded, boring, grandma frames. No offense to the grandmas on the thread, but they're the grandma demographic. But for these, I like to build custom because we don't do shows anymore. I don't build as many frames because we just have less big work like this being done. But I still like to build custom this size.
So Jeremy is asking, inks or enamel paint or special paint brands?
Special paint brands. So yes, and yes. So the background is acrylic, which on this case is just a flat color, which I never do. This is for this piece, which you can't really see that much.
Can't see right now.
But if you look at the corner right here, where my feet. So right here, right there. It's just dark blue. The whole background is dark blue. Yeah, that's just acrylic. All the color you see here is gouache, kind of like an open watercolor. And then what I'm doing now is enamel, and that's like a pinstriper's paint or a sign painter's paint. It's very specific. It's like imagine like an ink. That's the best way to describe it. It goes on like ink. It's completely opaque, so I can make these little. You couldn't make these lines with acrylic. The lines would break and it wouldn't be opaque. Yeah, exactly. They'd be completely. You lose that opacity. You have to go back in if you want them to be completely opaque. It'd just be a really detriment to you making the piece the way you want it. I love that I can get in and out. And it's completely opaque. I can make that line. I can make an even thinner line. And it's just completely opaque. I can make an even thinner line, connect it, completely opaque.
So it emulates more of an inking.
For sure. For sure.
I can't be happy when she records viewers, but you can be when standard clothes.
Oh.
It's true.
You can't.
It's the Melissa mixed bag.
Oh.
You get all the good, and then you get told your voice.
Yep.
And it hurts.
Yep.
It hurts.
That's something someone with perfect attendance could say, oh, she doesn't have that anymore.
Well, I think artists saying, I want to make Michael's armor, I'll make red and black and gray. I saw Michael. Metal armor that I made for. Yeah, oh my God. I mean, talk about inspiration.
Well, and the Archangel is such a fun piece. Yeah. It's such a creative spot. You know, all the stories. It's really a fun one to draw. And if I'm going to get, and I encourage you to get creative with those things. You know, apply different things. Really push the envelope. I love the idea of not meddling him up, but meddling him up. You know what I mean? Like a little more the armor, a little more. I haven't seen
that out.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I haven't seen that done. You typically see the arrows and the falling and the more subdued pose. You rarely see him as a full warrior, as as what he's described as being.
Yeah. And you go into brief studies. You might have to kind of do a loose study of your Michael, because if you're not sure of the colors or of whatever, in the sketchbook or whatever medium you want to use, but just kind of mess around, let yourself be free, because who knows? Yeah,
do a color comp where you just kind of you bang in some color and you go, okay, that's good. I'm gonna do the full piece. I saw your details and how much work you're doing. You don't want to lose that energy. So sometimes that just helps by knowing, being confident with what you're doing. Yeah, feel free to test out something. Try out a color comp where you kind of do a loose, smaller version of your drawing.
Oh, but this, your palette. Super right, lots of colors, right? But when you were talking about the piece of you have this old timey monochromatic.
Yeah, I painted this.
Look. So it takes thought, and it's not like he just sat down and started throwing paint around. I mean, you're seeing a snippet of an hour at a time, but there's thought, there's paints laid out all over the table and trying to find the color combos that are pleasing and make sense, and that's a whole process in and of itself.
And that's experience, just doing a lot of painting, knowing what I wanted to do. Again, so for this, I had basically these little paint cups that I carry. So for this painting, I had held 4 in my hand. Each one was one of these either the blue, this raw sienna color, and that's basically an ivory. I basically filled all my colors from that same 3 cups. So they all shared some overlap. They all shared some tonal differences. Even though, some of these blue ones down here, they were still built with some of these other colors. So they all share that tone.
It's important. I mean, you're always concerned about color and that kind of thing that you want. But in this case, it was super limited.
Yes.
Right? You hold it all in.
Specifically, I wanted this to be a limited feel. I wanted to feel like that manuscript, limited color, aged antique kind of feel to it.
Matthew Keller saying up the frame, maybe with feather accents or oak cluster. Have you thought about coloring your frame? I'm
done. I love some of the ornate feeling. I love I don't know. It's a tough one because there's no metallic or solid frame objects. You are going to have to take an extra jump in a direction to figure out what that is.
Black Ink Art is saying, yeah, because Negro's biblical colors are so in white and a little bit of blue. So he's thinking, I don't know what you think about style, because all the characters have their faces by mask, armor. And he's saying, since he can't really draw human faces well yet, he's going that route. But I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that route.
Because the face could ruin a piece.
Yep.
It could be too specific. It could be emoting maybe either in a way you don't like or that the viewer doesn't like. I like pieces that are a little bit more armored and masked like that. Some of the that calls for that.
For sure. And again, it's let's be honest, it's a book with no pictures. Everything in there has been created by somebody else. It's free. It's free reign to do whatever you want. There is no like he has to be this color. There's no guideline. It's wide open. Just because it's been said to be this, it doesn't matter. There's no one's gonna check you on colors and go, well, no, the Archangel obviously this doesn't matter.
Well, and the whole a manga Archangel.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't even literally do
Make it your style. That's the most important. Yeah, make it you. That's the most important thing. Make it your style, the way you want to see it. There is no rules.
Yeah. And if you use your imagination and say, this is what he would look like in that world. Like if he was to materialize, right, in that world, in this specific manga world, that's what he would look like. That's okay. Just place characters in different eras. You know what I mean?
And here's a funny little biblical fact. The Jesus that we know, that image of the face of the long hair, and is actually the white face, long hair, that's based on a rich aristocrat who commissioned a painting. I want to say it was in the 1300s, 1400s, commissioned a painting to look like his nephew. So the painting, it was the most famous painting at that time, done by in a more realistic way than ever been done before. I think the pre-Renaissance. But that gave us the look of the Jesus we think that you see everywhere now. This long hair, the beard, that's from his son. That is his son we're looking at. So there is no rules. You can have that kind of, there is no, mugshot we have of Jesus, what it looked like. So make it you. Oh, always thin mine down. I'll even hit it again. I want the consistency to be kind of like almond milk. I love it. I want it to be flowy, but not be too watery where I can see through the color. So I basically add it, reducer, make it flow better until I can start to see through it. And then I know I've gone a little far, and I'll add another drop back in.
And even use better.
Yes. Like at the event the other day when it was warm outside, I was adding reducer a lot more than I normally do, in a lot larger quantity, just to keep it flowing.
When you're in a really hot day, you'll use a different kind of reducer.
No, I just use more of it. I use more and apply more. You can get high and low and reducers like that go with the I use one shot brand enamel. It can be somewhat gummy out of the can, so I do bring my reducer, and I add it because I know that if I pour like a penny size thing out, then I know 2 drops to 3 drops is what I need. That's just from doing it 1,000 times.
Saturday.
Thank you, Sean. Great to see you down there. Appreciate it, lady.
What are your hours?
I want to say it's 12. What are my hours, Sean? I think it's 12 to 4. Kind of, like one of those from there kind of things.
And you'll still be working on this, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So tonight we're gonna get like this outside the owl head done, and then what I'll do is I'll have all the skull, basically skull and not leaves, feathers.
So Old Town.
Yes.
Old Town from like noon to 6.
Yes. Yes.
All kinds of things on really down there, live music.
Yes, live music.
Roasted almonds and.
The procession is the procession. The day of the procession is actually on Sunday. So just so you know that in advance, if you want to see like the parade part, everything will be going on. It'll still be hopping on Saturday. I just wanted to go on Saturday because I feel like it was a better day for people to get down there and go.
was there. So thanks, I'm gonna try. And you're going to be in for a surprise.
Oh boy, yeah. See, don't. You're gonna swear at me afterwards. You're gonna be really like that asshole. Enamels.
Well, what should we do? Like, we used to go out and buy
Just
black enamel.
buy black enamel and buy black and white enamel and start with that. But don't buy like the Testos. Don't buy like model paint enamel. You got to get sign cleaners paint enamel from the US. Germany. Jack. There's a German one-shot seller that I know. It's Jack. J-A-K. Oh man. You know what? I'll post a link. I'll respond to your comments in the live feed right now. I'll get that name and I'll post it to you. He sells one shot, the same paint I use. Buy it right from him, and it's in German. He's already imported it. It's J-A-K something. He's friends on Facebook.
I'm trying to think of a name.
Jack something and Comstock just said Mihoff. No. But we'll post it in there, and then you can get the exact paint that I use. But like I said, get a black and white and a little reducer, and that's all you need. But it is, so here's the downside of the paint. It stays tacky. Painting's always tacky, but it stays tacky for a good 8 hours. Once the paint is down, it's down. There is no, you can't fix it. You can't swing over it. You can't lift it up. Enamel's down, down. You have to use brush on clear coat. You can't use spray on clear coat. Catalyst will make it wrinkle. It smells terrible. I feel all the sniffer cells in my head that smell it, but I can tell. It isn't for everybody, but so, and that's what I'm trying to stress there. It isn't for everybody, but it has a downside. But it's also so unique that, yeah, if you're asking for why my paintings look like they do, it's because of enamel. It's not it's obviously my style, but the enamel lets me have my style. My style would be much harder to do for enamel. Hey, thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. The right side of the owl was so much more fun than this side because now I got to match something. This side was like, woohoo, free ball, and it is what it is, however it looks. Now it's like, yeah. Boo. You be throwing lines sometimes, and that's honest and keep me going the right way. I throw them in sometimes just to make sure I'm doing this right, getting these angles right. And also, if I make something over here, I gotta make it over there. That was a thick line. Over there.
Lucky Gartsy, how did you come up with the profile pic? It was so cool. I've been trying to think of something for my account, but can't find something to find. What is your logo profile?
I think it's the skull and crossbones, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, funny story with that, because you're like, why are there wrenches? Nothing in my art house is wrong. I mean, I do car stuff, but it's not like, it's strung. So that piece I did was a commission for Jesse James, the motorcycle dude. So I had done that for a t-shirt graphic we were going to launch and a magazine interview we were doing. He had Garage Magazine on. So, 2012 maybe? 10, 12. Yeah, so I did that piece for him. And then after the magazine, yeah, and for the shirt design and the whole 9 yards. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, you know what? This is cool, and people really dug it. I seen it a few times, and it just kind of became like accidentally my logo.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where, like, we had this great shape. People really dug it.
The shows at the time,
Yes, they were hot rod shows. It made sense.
It really, really made sense. And then it just stuck.
Yeah. Then it was like, okay, this is what you are, whether you like it or not, and that's kind of how it became. So, and the original inking of that is hanging in my studio, right over that back wall.
Yeah, it says I confused him with a bike account. I was following him. Potentially I've been stolen many times.
Oh, it's been stolen so many times. The only thing that's been stolen more is my El Bandito design, which is it's got to be 18 years old. You know what? Maybe it is 20 years old now.
Ooh.
Because if Day of the Dead was 19, I already had that design. So it's a little Bandito character and has little guns in the air. I've sent cease and desist. And there's been so many things in his hands. He's been done with tacos, chickens, remote controls, those disc things, the disc golf things. You know, little frisbee, yeah, everything. He's been stolen so many times. So it's he's just like one of those characters that just constantly has been nicked.
And that very well.
It really could have. Yep. I think that aged though. I mean, it looks for the artwork. I love the skull and wrenches. Even though that's aged with us, it just feels like it's who we are. It's been our logo for so long, we didn't know what else to do.
I thought about changing it, like why?
Yeah, what are you gonna do better? Yeah, and it's already, you know it's that. So what are you gonna do better? There you go. Earned it by doing absolutely nothing today. All right, like what's going on here? The nerve-wracking part is done. Taking the match. Close enough, but not totally.
Graham says, "Hey David, looks like you're on fire today. I reckon you did as much in the last half hour than all day."
That is the truth. Yes, thank you for calling me out. Appreciate that.
So true.
I really have.
When he came home on Sunday, I was like, "Oh, how far did you get?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't get anything."
Yeah, you're not going to be impressed with this.
That show is such a just like everybody in the group on like.
No, never ever.
And usually I work a full week. I just don't have to work anymore. Usually, yeah, I can see him out there just getting all day. Not a productive day.
Yeah, here's how much of a home game it is. Somebody came by who said, "Oh, we used to come by when we were dating, when we were here, and then we brought our kids, and then they said, oh, and here's my grandkid." Because that was in my 19th year at the show. So yeah, I'm that old. That hurts. That was but hey, the funny thing about it too is when there's parents that are there and their kids want to buy the art also, because I didn't like anything my parents ever had. Like I did not connect with them at all in that way. And for kids to like the same art as their parents, I think is really cool. It's a compliment I really appreciate.
Like it's intriguing. At first, I thought the owl was cool, but the more I look at it, it's cold with his lower body.
Boom.
Interesting.
And when I carve in all the detail down here, and this is all gonna be black, and eyes are black, and you're really just you'll see a lot of this detail, a lot of this is all gonna be black, and he's really gonna push in. You'll really see how it's kind of the body, and it's really pushed in and less striking in the face. Which is what I loved about it. I wanted that I wanted a dark feel. I wanted, and I think that will really sell the mysticalism.
Creation.
Yeah. Mysticalisms. You came here for English. Use it at the wrong place. I dig the eyes. Even I dig the eyes.
Yeah. Very sweet.
They're battle hardened.
Oh.
But they're sweet too.
Yeah, those are battle. Yeah.
So this stage here, you'll see me go back and forth, just trying to, I want that beak to push forward, the feathers to push back. And so I just keep kind of, taking out pieces, blocking out pieces I don't like. And I'll do this back and forth, jump back and forth, kind of make it nice and balanced. And just kind of get the weight correct of those two lines.
One over on TikTok says, "Do this isn't."
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Welcome. I'm really excited about it. Even I love painting. I get excited about all the pieces, but sometimes there's a little extra juice. This has a little extra juice.
Marlena over on TikTok says, "I love it."
Hey, Marina, thank you for joining us on TikTok. Appreciate you hanging out and watching the stream. So the background is acrylic. You can't really see it in this. If you saw some of the social media posts, the whole background is just a solid blue. You kind of see a little corner of the picture right here. So that's acrylic. All the colors are gouache, kind of like an opaque watercolor. And then what you're seeing now is I'm doing the enamel, which is a pinstriper's paint. You see this on the cars. It's completely opaque. It goes in last, and it carves out all the details. This is where everything kind of comes together.
Heather over on TikTok says, "Wow, beautiful." Part of
Oh, completely, Heather. Thank you for catching us here. And yes, this is the part I race to. The underpainting is a slog for me. It's just like building the car versus driving the car. This is like the underpainting. I just got to get done, get it going. But this is where I really enjoy. If I could just do this part, someday when I'm world famous, I'll just have some interns do all the underpainting. I'll just come in and do this part.
Sounds like you're asking me something that I'm not.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh, yellow on TikTok. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Bro Yellow. Appreciate it. Tricked into coming back. Is that on TikTok?
Yeah, it's TikTok stuff.
Yeah. So TikTok people, just so you know, I'll be banned next week. They ban us every other week because we don't do video game content. So we will not be there next week, but you can always catch us on any other platform. YouTube, TikTok every other week, Instagram every time.
Every week Wednesdays.
Yeah, every week Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Yeah, because TikTok just doesn't like us using software to go to multiple platforms. So they ban us every other week.
Oh, yes, it's dope.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate you coming by.
Moon Raven Crafts, this is awesome.
Thank you, Moon Raven Crafts. This is my juice right here. This is I'm excited. Like I said, I get excited for painting just to get a little extra. Fiddly one. You could play with leaves and call them leaves because they look like leaves to me. Feathers is the word we're looking for. Yeah, especially when I get down to the skull body, that will be a real push things, pull things, kind of painting experience. Hey, thank you, Mohammed. Appreciate it. Welcome.
Halloween.
We're Halloweening all up in this place.
Dan over on TikTok.
Hey, Dan. So the background, you can't see in this frame, but if you go to my other previous post, you'll see there is acrylic in the background, all blue, just solid color. All the colors you're seeing here are gouache, kind of like an opaque watercolor. And that's all these colors. And then what you're seeing now, the line work that I'm doing is enamel, like a pinstriper's paint. And that's where I'll go in, I'll carve out all the detail. We started at about 5 o'clock. It's about 5 o'clock. Ha ha, I love that joke. But seriously, we decided to figure out the other day, probably 20 years now. We're at the 20-year mark.
Yeah.
I always drew as a kid. I feel like it's serious about painting, in this style until I was 30, 32. I didn't do any painting in college, even though I took some painting classes. It took a long time. I was a graphic designer. It took a long time to kind of figure out what I wanted to do. When I moved to Southern California and was exposed to the tiki hot rod culture, I got really excited. And then I found Day of the Dead, and that just gave me direction, and here we are now. Hey, yeah, it's a no coffee job. This is, again, I live for this part. My whole style is defined by this. Doing line work is what I love. It's the core of my piece. These nooks and crannies and lines and dots and weird little squiggles is how my brain sees it. And it's just, I'm very fortunate that I get to do it.
Yeah, I was saying the work is so good.
Boom. Thank you.
Blair says you're incredible. I hope to be as good as you. I'm 24 and I just started about 5 years ago.
Blair, that means you're 10 years ahead of me. Okay? So get after it. Because I didn't start till I was 32. And
funny thing, life gets in the way. And
yeah.
Just let the art.
But you can do this. You can get back in it. And you could, again, it just takes paint. Just paint. Paint as much as you can.
Draw.
Yeah, draw. Whatever you're doing, do as much as you can. There you go. Do as much as you can. You'll get better. Just keep doing it. Life doesn't want to let you do the artwork. You have to fight for it.
The darks and eyes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's gonna be that'd be a fun. And that's why I kind of was okay with having the head done for my demo when I go down there, because seeing this skull carved out is gonna be something. I hope it works out, but I'm excited to see it. I was like, I gotta do that. So.
Blue Raven Crafts is saying, is this going to be for?
Yes, the craft is to be a print in canvas and paper, all the options.
And Blue Raven is saying, I've been looking for a tool like this for a while, so you can check out.
Oh yeah, so there is a second piece to this too. I'm not sure the timeline yet when we'll paint that. I would think it'll be painted before at least. Back up a little bit. Trying to get my demos right.
Maybe the end of the year.
Maybe the end of the year. I have the Alamo piece, you know, which we'll get in front of that, and each piece the Western piece. The companion piece is in the same mythological kind of feel, and it's Athena. A character, and she has a spear and she has full armor, and the owl is on her arm and she's kind of looking at it, and it's just flowing. There's like really cool leaves and shrubbery, and plants and stuff behind her flapping. Same color palette, same style, solid background.
This is like a huge zoomed in.
Yeah. Yes, this is a one character, and that is more of a whole theme, and they will share colors and they'll go together. So that will come. At latest, it'll come probably early next year. Thank you, Moon. Appreciate it. Welcome. Oh, excellent. I appreciate all you TikTok people stopping by. Like I said earlier, TikTok, you will not be able to see me next week. They ban us every other week because we're not doing video game content. So if you're watching now and you like it, we do this every Wednesday. You'll want to catch us on one of the other platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, any of those. Because we get banned.
Every other week.
Every other week we get banned. It's a non-serious ban. You're like, oh, you're back next week.
You just want you to use video game content. No.
No.
See you in 2 weeks. The Moon Raven Crafts.
Excellent. Appreciate it.
Spicy Phoenix. Now to come for this.
Thank you, Spicy Phoenix.
And people have been commenting all kinds of
awesome.
Things. Yeah, people are being very kind.
I appreciate everyone hanging out and joining the stream. We used to do shows and travel all around, and we don't do that anymore. I just paint my jammies in the studio. So being able to share the work like this means a lot, and for you guys to come out and watch it, I really appreciate it.
Expedition Beast on
there he is.
Hey-o.
There he is. The Legacy Band Award goes to
in color from his right arm to match the hammer, and the rest of the gray and black, and working like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would gladly give you feedback, but also don't listen to people's feedback. If you like it, you do it.
Yeah, it's true. Honestly.
You know,
because
you see it. You know, again, I have no problem. We'll give you feedback, and you can do whatever you want with that feedback. I am not offended. You know, if you don't use my feedback, do what you think is right. That's the most important thing. Nobody saw my style. No one understood what I did. They still barely understand it. You know, the media for you. Remember that, you know, it's what you want to do.
Sarah says, hey.
Oh, there she is.
Hello, Sarah.
I'm in the stream with family and friends today.
Whitney Sutton says, please.
Yes, there will be prints. Yes, probably before Christmas. And I probably get damn this into our print order too. If you wanted to.
Yeah,
we have time for that. So yeah, definitely paper, canvas, all those things will be available.
Letters and very cool job. Here I was thinking of my paint over the top of how do you paint so narrowly with a brush?
So thanks for hitting the stream. First off, appreciate it. So the reason you're seeing some nice fine lines like this is to combination of two things. One is the enamel that I'm using. Enamel is kind of like, imagine like an ink. It has that kind of completely opaque, and I make it flow so I can have that kind of consistency to do these kind of lines. That really helps the whole process. And then using a long liner brush like this is the perfect companion for said enamel. It really lets me push lines where I can go in here and be like, one little full complete line, completely opaque. And that's what you can do. You can't do that with acrylic. So the paint is really the star here.
So when you do the background, you use a pretty big brush.
Yeah, and that's why. Yes, exactly. Big brush.
When you go in to do all this gouache, which are all
yes, all the colors. Yeah, I'm using. I'm around. I'm using a. My whole thing right here. So all the background that you see here, like the colors, would be done with around. This. My head, as you can see in front of my head. So that's just around in a variety of sizes. I like the dark point. It holds the water-based media great, and that's where I'll slap it in. And I can kind of go loose. That's why because I'm doing the enamel over the top, I can paint loose. I'm not kind of bound to really worry about it. Which is good for me. So I can be loose. I can be quick and get to the enamel part. And get to the part that I enjoy the most. The part that really makes the piece.
And the enamel is.
Yes. Here's the enamel brush. All the up in front of the. Yeah. Come on, focus. I mean, we're talking. This is a tiny 0.05. The brushes don't come any smaller than that. So, and I do whatever piece, no matter what the size is, whether it's my smalls or my bigs, it's done with this brush. I don't use a different size brush for anything when it comes to enamel. This is the brush I use. These are the brush I covet. These are the brushes I buy. I have, in no lie, I have probably 100 of these in backstock because I'm strangely worried that this brush style will go out of, disappear. And it's just what I enjoy. And that's why I encourage everybody to try different mediums, try different things, because you don't know if you're the world's best pastel person until you start playing with pastel. The brain saw this kind of paint, saw this kind of technique, and it came together. If I hadn't found enamel, if I hadn't met a pinstriper and tried their paints, it would have been a lot of years to get into this point. I know there's no other medium that can get this style, so I don't know if I would have been frustrated or given up. I don't know.
Love you, bro.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Well, birding soon.
Oh.
The birds aren't cooperating either.
No, we're gonna say although we track aside from the multiple colors, there's not much going on.
And the stream just got super nerdy.
For the birders out there, the big migration kicked in. Not seen it. Crazy world.
Yep, and there goes the population of the stream has just been cut in half.
Everybody dropped off.
Everybody dropped off.
Come on, we're being an owl.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, people. Come on now.
How much time do you think you've spent painting this so far?
Like counting in just enamel or counting the wash? Right now, all in at this point, I probably have. Let's see. Gouache was about 6. The sketch was 2, and enamel was another 3. So we're probably at 12 hours. Probably about 6 hours. And then this other part here, there's probably a good 6 hours, 8 hours left of enamel. Yeah, 6 hours probably. I paint pretty fast. And those are legit numbers, not the artists want to say they do 10,000 hours of work for a painting. That's crap lies. You can't make money if you paint 10,000. It takes you 10,000 hours to finish a piece. You just can't be an artist. Yeah.
Thanks for giving me advice on my journey. I'll be sure to stay active with you guys. You're great inspiration and very entertaining for me.
I really appreciate. Well, we're here for just you. I don't care about anybody else. So,
I appreciate you.
yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. Again, we've done we used to do again. We still do talks and at schools and artists, and I just really enjoy sharing this journey. And if I could save somebody some of the mistakes that we've made and help somebody speed up their enjoyment, or help them.
The end, we're on that amazing work.
Thanks again. Thanks for joining us on TikTok.
How much does this go for when it's done?
So this piece here will be $3,500 when it's finished. It'll come in a custom frame built to match this. Very rustic frame. I'm not sure what ornate things will have. You have to wait and see that part. But besides, so there's the original, and then we'll also have canvas prints that will come in like an 8x12-ish size up to 24-36, and those range from 100 to 500. And then we'll also have paper prints in 2 sizes. We'll have the 8x10 size, which is 20, and we'll have the 11-17 size, which is 40. And then mini prints, which are $5, which are like 4x6 postcards. You'll have every option, every price point. We're trying to make sure that everybody can find something to reach their budget to be able to afford the piece.
Yeah, people are saying this is so far.
Heyo!
$10,000 is fine if you're a sculptor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're sculpting Michelangelo. Like
Yeah.
you gotta be. $10,000 is fine, but you can't. It's not a real artist. You gotta get stuff done. You gotta get. Unless you're in a museum grant.
Lord Sirbones over on TikTok is absolutely gorgeous.
Great name, Lord Sorbones. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Again, just a quick note for you TikTok people: if you're watching and you like what you see, you will not see us next week. We ban us every other week. So if you want to see the stream again, you've got to go check us out on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, not TikTok or Twitch. But we'll be here every other week.
Desiree over on TikTok. That's good.
Hey, thanks, Desiree. Appreciate it. Holy shit. That's the best reaction. That's what I want to hear.
Black ink is sad. I don't notification. Oh, it's going to go live. I missed it.
Where are you looking? Where's
It's on Instagram.
Instagram? Because Instagram sucks.
I don't know why you would.
We'll try and figure that out. But every Wednesday at 5, right now. So mark your calendar. That's when I do it. We used to just kind of do it randomly, but now we're at a set schedule, so you should be able to catch us all the time.
Maybe not bad pricing and beautiful to whoever it goes to.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We try and keep the price reasonable. I also don't repaint pieces. This is the one. This is the owl piece. I will not repeat this, anything like this. So I like to keep my originals, special to people who purchase them and keep them affordable. But I have 3 originals in stock. Like when we paint, they go into the world, and I love that. I don't want to be sitting here with $10,000 originals that just tile. This is for someone to have in their house and to be out in the world and enjoy the art. So I could be the owl guy. But I don't like painting things twice. Like I paint things once. There's another owl piece with an owl in it, but we will not paint this kind of thing again. This is the one. And that's why with prints, everybody gets a chance to own a piece of the one.
That's right. That said, holy shit, that's let's call this.
Oh no, Desiree, stick with the holy shit. I like holy shit better. I'm gonna put that review on my website. 4 stars. Desiree says holy shit.
Carol says this is awesome. I love it. It's something for everyone.
No.
Auntie
Carol. This is a family-filled stream today.
What the heck, everybody?
There's snowstorms or power down. What's going on with these stoves? Exactly. No, again, I can't afford me. I get it. Like paintings are expensive. That's why I want to. I understand having price points so everybody can, have the art at all price levels.
Stingy with the originals. Price them to move, but always offer prints so that a child can buy it.
So yeah.
$5 mini print. Like I want people to have the art. Loves owl. I would want someone to be able to do a little bit, and it's not
completely.
It can be a few bucks. Okay.
Completely, totally agree.
You don't have to hoard your originals and make things unachievable.
Yes, and that's the other thing, artists, if you're watching, don't keep the originals. You want them out in the world. You want them to sell. Just get rid of them. And if you're just starting out, trust me, you're not going to want those around because you're going to learn and you're going to look at them and be horrified that someone bought them. But they're great. They're part of your journey, but you will want them gone.
G-Man over on Instagram is beautiful. Looks 3-dimensional.
Thank you, G-Man. Another herder in the house. Thanks for vibes. Appreciate you joining us on TikTok.
You're streaming?
You're what?
You're streaming.
Yes.
I know what you're doing on TikTok right now, wasting time. Hopefully your other computer is on. Very important to me.
I did mine before it started.
When I came into the studio, Ophelia blaring, I was like, see?
Mm-hmm. Do my part.
He gets it. I can tell Rembrandt with the grass printed over and over for centuries. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
So true. Get rid of the original. Move it along.
Yeah, it doesn't do anybody any good. Yeah, and again, and you just make it before. My prices when we first started, an original was $300. It's taken me 20 years to get to $3,500. It takes time to build a collector base to be a master painter. 20 years of learning all this. So put in the time, and you'll be there too. Yeah. Now that I've hit the 20-year mark, I can legally say master painter. I don't know legally, but that's what I'm doing. Whatever. I just want to say master painter. That was my first time working in a conversation. I'm glad you caught that.
It's like, did you know that you can be called a master painter after 20 years? It's like, gee, I wonder why that's being brought up.
Erica sucks. You guys will realize that. New to the stream, this is part of it. People pointing out that my head's in the frame mixed with Erica saying I can't be a master painter. That's basically the stream in a nutshell.
About an hour, do you want to?
Let me finish. I don't have much paint left, anyways. Let me finish with this. So get your last bit of questions in. We'll wrap it up in a minute. But again, thank you guys all so much for joining. I'm really excited that when I was doing the event this weekend, people had mentioned the live stream, and I'm really excited that people are digging it.
Yeah, it's easy. We're every Wednesday, 5 o'clock. We just for an hour.
Yeah.
4 days up. No drama. On TikTok.
Yes, you're on TikTok, as we just mentioned. You're not going to see us because they ban us every other week, but we'll be there. We'll be back. But you can join us on all the other networks every Wednesday at 5 Pacific. You'll see us, the dogs, and we just make art and answer questions. And I appreciate everybody hanging out.
Joaquin on TikTok is asking what it is.
So Joaquin, the background, you can't really see the screen. If you go back to my computer, you'll see them. Here is just, I did straight acrylic blue. That's the background. All these colors that you see here are gouache, kind of like an opaque watercolor. And then the dark line work you're seeing here is enamel. And that's like a pinstriper's paint, like you see on the cars with the detail. And that's where all the detail comes in, all this black line work. And I'll take this all the way down. You'll see the skull, we'll do the whole thing. So if I'm too busy talking the demo, next week you may see me working on this piece again. We'll see where the stream takes us. But it's fun to do something serious. The stream has really been full of the cute stuff. So it's fun to mix it up and do a bigger piece and share that. So yeah, we're here every Wednesday, so you can kind of see us working on this stuff and see what's new being worked on. So the paintings, all my paintings are done the same exact way with the acrylic in the background, and then the gouache is the color, and the enamel is where all the detail comes in. But again, thank you all for hanging out. I had a great time. I appreciate all the interaction, all the great questions. You guys make it really fun to do this. We'll definitely be back, and we're here. So you'll see us and the dogs and Erica, and we'll all be back next Wednesday. Same hijinks and maybe less Hooters. I don't know what Erica wants to do. But thank you guys again. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.